Meeting to order, I call upon our Joint Secretary, Anand Kumar, to start the meeting with our prayer. Over to Anand Kumar, please.
Heaven of freedom, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where the knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where the words come out from the depth of truth, where the tireless striving stretches his arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee, ever widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anand Kumar. Now, I take the opportunity of welcoming you all for our Friends on Same Wavelength Chennai Annanagar chapter for its 185th meet. That is, we have completed 15 years, 5 months without a break by the kind cooperation of our members. It gives me a great pleasure in welcoming you all. And this month meeting happens to be my guru and mentor, late M.L. Can you please put the photo, sir? Late mentor, Professor late M.L. Swamigaru, whose photos are put up in the screen. I would like to introduce you all to him. He is the man who is the founder of this great organization, started in a very humble manner at ICC Cupertino, USA, and then it grew like a banyan tree with a lot of members joining into it. And they has got also some FOSWL meeting branches also in India. Now, this is an opportunity again for me to welcome you all for today's meet. Can you please put up the photos, sir? I would like to show them.
Yeah,
This is the time. This is the time I would like to introduce.
Wait.
Yeah,
Please
I'll
wait. I'm just putting the photos.
Yeah, that's better. I'll wait.
Can you see now?
No, not it. Not it. First
Coming.
time.
It is coming.
Yeah, very good. Now you see the two photos put in the screen. The photo on to our right is our great M.L. Swamigaru, my guru and mentor. I am with him in one occasion, both are there. On the left, it is the great mentor, M.S. Swamigaru, late, with his wife, Rangamani Madam, late. Both of them are ideal couple. We can call them as Shiva and Parvati. This is how they are. Very nice of them. Now, I take the opportunity of welcoming our distinguished speaker, Professor R.V.S.N. Sharma, who happens to be also our Vice President and is a great authority in medicine by highly qualified FRCP, MD, MSc, and several fellowships from USA. Such a great personality has agreed to address us today by taking some time for us. And it is going to be a wonderful lecture. The topic he has chosen is Karma Yoga in day-to-day context. Karma Yoga in day-to-day context referred to Gita-based thing. I welcome him again in our midst to address us. Before that, I would like to call upon our young energetic member, Sidhu, to introduce our speaker more detailed. Over to Sidhu, please.
Thank you, Doctor.
Welcome.
Dear FOSWL, it's my pleasure to introduce today's speaker, Dr. R.V.S.N. Sharma Garu. After my father's 15 introductions every 6 months to commemorate our founder couple's endowment lectures, these introductions were not routine, but always had a new projection of the erudite speaker. You will find in his easy flow of mastered information. I can only say that his single-minded concentration, immaculate memory, and absolute 100% modest and loud involvement has taken him to peaks of medical profession, Hindu philosophy, Telugu poetry, and even computer and communication skills, as you always observed. After attending the recent Adhyana's Bharati's conference at Bangalore, my father observed that Dr. R.V.S.N. Sharma has set a grand parenting standard, has his primary school grandson accepted grandfather as his guru, and recited Bhagavad Gita so well. After reading his detailed circulated biodata, I am haunted by a egg first or chicken first type of question. Which did he master first? Healing the body or the mind? Over to Dr. Sharma Garu on Gita based Karma Yogam in day to day context. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I take the opportunity of welcoming our speaker to address us.
यस्माज्जातं जगत्सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते येनेदं धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः. To that Almighty, I submit my obeisance, from whom everything sprang forth, from whom everything is sustained, and into whom everything merges finally. Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murtibedha Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. There are no three entities, Ishvara and Guru and yourself, Atma, are one and the same. Such an identity, to that Dakshinamurti I bow. Vandaru Lokavarasandaini Vimala Kundavadataradana Brundara Brundamani Brundara Vinda Makaranda Vishikta Charana Mandanila Kalita Mandara Dama Viramandavi Rama Makuta Mandakini Javana Bhindana Vacham Aravinda Sanadishatumi. This is a prayer submitted to the all-powerful Almighty Amma to give us the blessings of her during this talk. This is penned by Mahakavi Kalidasa. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. To the Guru Parampara, particularly to Vedavyasa and Shankaracharya, we submit our obeisance. So there are four forces for us to guide in life. One is the Satchiki Anubhuti, that is the Almighty Jnanatmane Namaha. The second one is the Dakshinamurti, the Guru, the preceptor, without whom nobody would have learned anything. All of us are here because of our Gurus only. The third one, the divine grace of the Amma, who is beyond Lakshmi, Saraswati and Parvati, and who is all inclusive of all these Shaktis, that is the highest Almighty, our Divine Mother. Her blessings are essential for all of us. And finally, the Guru Parampara, the lineage, also should permit us to learn directly. Vedavyasa and Shankaracharya are not coming and teaching us. There is a lineage between them and a connection. Through them only we have come. The Gurus are two types: Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru. Siksha Gurus are the ones you are already, some of you here are professors of microbiology, professors of gynecology, and various professors here. So such people are called the Siksha Gurus, those who teach the modern science and other allied subjects which are related to our conduct of life in this world. Diksha Guru is the one who initiates and propagates to us towards the highest goal, the liberation from the bondage. That is the Diksha Guru. Vedavyasa and Shankaracharya are the Diksha Gurus. Our obeisance to all. Today's talk is a praxis. What is praxis? Praxis is practical framework, a 20-point praxis of transforming you from the mundane karma into the Ishwararpana, the architecture of action. While doing this, you see the picture there on the left, the lotus leaf and a drop of water. The entire teaching lies in absorbing the concept of leaf, lotus leaf, and water. We are here synthesizing the applied psychological technologies of Bhagavad Gita drawn from 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5, 6, 9, 12, and of course the ultimate chapter, the 18th chapter for the modern practitioner. Modern practitioner may not have enough time to go into the scriptures, but still he wants to excel. How can he use the wealth of knowledge, the expertise and the direction given by the sages in his modern day-to-day life? This is the topic. Karma Yoga, don't get confused. Karma Yoga, there is some yogi sitting there and you have to become a yogi, you have to get to the forest to become yogi and then only your karma. No, not at all. Just to drive away that concept. No, all of us have this ahamkara. Ahamkara is not a true translation as ego. Aham karomi iti ahankara. I am the doer concept. For everything, you say, I am the doer. If anything good happens, I am the doer. If anything bad happens, no, he has done or she has done. So this ahamkara takes the credit and gives all the discredit to people opposite to you. This is what is called ego-driven action. Ego-driven action always binds. Okay, then how do I get over this binding? The true spiritual technology is not merely the cessation of desire. How can you be without any desire in this world? Is it practical for you to be without any desire? It is not cessation of desire. Here, the point is with cessation of desire risks dry stoicism, but the active transformation of the desire into a purpose. That is what all of us wanted to know. Okay, so the journey moves from emptying the vessel of ego to filling the vessel with eternity and divinity, entire eternity and divinity, entirely divine. So my vessel, my mind, is filled with ahamkara, the toxic fluid. This toxic fluid in my vessel should be emptied, and I must refill with qualities like divinity, devotion, dedication, love, surrender, and other things. That is what is called the nishkama. Nishkama means not associated with the desire. Desire will be there, but you don't attach yourself to the desire and detach your action and the fruit also. This certainly liberates. You try for 1 week, you will know whether Nishkama will be beneficial or not. These are not yesterday's messages. Gita is a manual. It is a workbook. It is not a Hindu scripture. Gita's teachings they transcend the time. They are eternal. So from ahamkara, I have to fill that vessel with divinity, love, dedication, and purity of heart, and detaching myself from whatever I am doing and continue to do that. That is called the nishkama. Then ultimately, you have to surrender to the Ishvara. There is a divine power. All of us know who is rotating this earth, who is causing the rains to come, who is maintaining the planets in their respective orbits. Certainly, there must be a cosmic instrument, a divine instrument, a transcendent instrument. That transcendent instrument may not be available to you to appreciate directly before your eyes, but Karanatvat, because you can see the effects of them, the Karya or the Karyatvat, you are seeing the effects, the Karana or the Ishvara is there. And that Ishvara, I have to surrender. So, what are the three basic steps? From ahamkara, the self-driven ego, filled with toxic fluid, into a nishkama, detached action, and then submit my everything towards the Ishvara. Okay, this is the principle of karma yoga, the redirection of the energy for a positive purpose. Now, we are now dividing this into four phases. Phase 1, phase 2, 3, and 4. What is phase 1? Samatvam. Okay. Samatvam is equanimity, the foundation of of Vedanta, of Gita is Samatva. The word Samatva has come several times in Gita. If one can count how many number of times the Samatva and the Nisanga has come in Gita, it will be boundless number of times it would have come. We will see in chapter 2 that Samatvam itself is yoga. What is Samatvam? There are two things. The entire teaching of Hindu philosophy is based on two pillars. Pillar 1, equality. Pillar 2, equanimity. What is equality? When I see anything outside, I must see as though I am seeing myself. Every experience, object, person is nothing other than myself. So I will not injure the nature, I will not hurt the people, I will not destroy anything and do anything destructive. This is what is called the samatva. That is the equality. Then equanimity. I am presented with several outcomes, several sort of fruits that come out of the action. Some of them are favorable, some of them are non-favorable. Having an equal look towards everything and not having the wavy nature in the mind is equanimity. Equality and equanimity are two fundamental pillars which can be told by one word called the samatva. Samatva and samanatva. Samatva and samanatva. Samatva includes samanatva also, external and internal. The second one, phase 3. Phase 3 is when I do as any work, kartavya. Kartavya means I am given the task by the divine will, so I have to do. So here, when I say I am forced to do, I am forced to do, it is slavery. When there is a divine drive and force before any task is given to me, for example, this presentation is a divine will that I am doing it today. That is why it is called the kartavya, pure duty. How do I get that state? By improving your nature to the sattvic nature. All of you know tamasic, rajasic, and sattvic. The highest level of mood of the mind is the sattvic mind. That is emphasized in chapter 5 and chapter 8. That is the phase 3. But before that, we have phase 2 on the left side, which is called the asakti. Asakti is attachment. Ashakti is detachment. Ashakti, I am attached to whatever task or work I am given. Ashakti means I am doing, but I am detached. And that is what exactly is phase 2. And finally, the surrender or the Ishvara Arpana Buddhi or the pinnacle of any karma yoga or any dedicated action to bear the best fruit efficiently is to remember that I am an instrument in the divine hands and this has whatever I do is submitted to him. So with this background, we will go into the 20-point application from a sequential spiritual technology. This is a technology, mind you, it is not some poetry or sort of spirituality or mythology. Gita is not mythology. It is not mysticism. It is not poetry. It is a mere technical guide, sequential spiritual technology, shifting the practitioner from intense personal discipline to ultimate divine surrender, devotional surrender. First, it instructs you all the things related to your personal discipline and how the personal discipline should culminate in the ultimate devotional surrender. Let us see these phases one by one. All of you, of course, I am sure, will be interested in this journey. So if I have sakama karma, that means I am desire prompted activity. I want this, I want this, I want that. I need more, I have it, I will have it. I am going to have more. This is sakama karma. And if you have something again, you require some more. If you have iPhone 13, you have iPhone 17. Dil mange more will never stop. So here motive is what? Personal gain. You are bound because you are looking for a personal gain. Okay, then you view every endeavor as a success or failure. And that causes, elation and depression or despair. And the sense of doership is very strong in that I am the doer, I am not the doer for any bad things, I am not the responsible for any good thing, I am responsible. This is the doership or kartritva, and the end stage is you will be left with a lot of karmic residue. What is this karmic residue? We call it in Vedanta Vasana. Vasana is the karmic residue of whatever you do with sakama will lead into karmic residue. Then, let's say I go from sakama to the nishkama. I told you what is nishkama in the previous slide. Now, here it is kartritva. I am the Isvara's agent to do this. I am not the karta. I am given the kartavya. I am not the karta, but I am given the kartavya, that is to do the duty, and then the purification is the motive. There are two things. By doing it as a kartavya, you take the divine order. Two, you purify your mind. This is called chitta suddhi. That frees automatically. Chitta suddhi frees from all the turmoils of the mind. Then the samatva. What is the source of success and failure? How do you take it? Equanimity. When I say outside or inside, I take it in an equal faith. That is called the samatva. And finally, the sense of doership I have given away. I said the prakriti or the nature is acting. I am not the agent. Let the nature act. So let the divine will take its course. That is the sense of doership is given away. What will be the end state of that? It will be a stepping stone for moksha. Will it directly give the moksha? No, because it purifies your heart and prepares you for the next journey. A student is there, he is qualified in MBBS in high colors. That means, he has become eligible to go for post graduation. He has not yet become a specialist. So, for him to become a specialist, he requires first to pass the MBBS in flying colors. That stage the Karma Yoga gives. Then, of course, your flight to, MD, MS, DM, PhD, whatever you call, the higher levels, that is equivalent to your moksha. So, Nishkama Karma will lead me to Jnana Yogyata Prapti, makes me eligible to get into moksha fold. Ishwararpana Buddhi, the divine love and compassion. And here you have to have the worship. Work itself is worship. Work is worship. We transcend the work and convert the work into a worship. Okay, we are graceful to the God for the divine grace. Today, we are able to eat a few morsels of food. We are able to talk well and articulated way. What is all this? It is divine grace. I am the instrument in the divine grace. Instrument, does it have any choice to cut or not to cut? The divine will makes the instrument to cut or not cut. Likewise, you are also a divine instrument. Okay. Bhakti. What is bhakti? Bhakti means putting some camphor or putting some sandal paste or throwing some flowers or waving some lamps. Absolutely wrong. That is not bhakti. That is what you call puja or whatever it is. Bhakti is a sense of total surrender, devotion, dedication to the task. This is an undercurrent, a platform on which everything else is built. Be it karma, nishkama karma, or karma yoga, or dhyana yoga, or jnana yoga, the undercurrent, the supporting stratum is bhakti. That is a dedication or devotion or complete taking that as the supreme. That is the bhakti here, nothing else. Swarupanusandhanam bhaktirit apasiyate. Being in your own self is bhakti, according to Shankara. Now, what is my problem? I have an action. The action will definitely give result. all actions will end up in some result or the other. Of course, the results are manipulated by so many external factors other than my contribution. I am a student. I studied well for IIT. I did not get it. Why? Not that I am not, I did not study well, but other students comparatively they did well, so I did not get it. So several other factors contribute to the result. Unfortunately, all of us are obsessed with the result, and we always want to put the cart before the horse and then look at the result before the action is complete even. Can a farmer be preoccupied with the crop and how much he will sell, how much he will get, and then waste his time in not properly nurturing the crop? You tell me, what sort of a farming is that? Likewise, every action, when you attach with the result, your time is wasted, your energies are dissipated. When you delink from the result, your energies are on the present. Result is a future tense. Action is the present tense. Live in the present. Don't go back, go and try to live in the future. Or don't try and look at what happened last year and then ruminate on the past. That is detachment. This is the famous sloka of Bhagavad Gita. Most of you are familiar here, would have heard this, that 247 sloka. कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भू मा ते संगोस्त्वकर्मणि. Forget the Sanskrit and the metaphor of all that. The clear idea here is your jurisdiction is in the action. You have no right or jurisdiction in the result. Then why are you thinking about the result and preoccupied with that and then spoiling your present moment of intense activity and devoted activity? Don't do that. And also, ma karma phala heturphu. Oh, this result has come because of my greatness. Oh, this bad result has come because of this person's interference. Don't attribute good or bad to you or others. Ma karma heturphu. Then okay, it's a very difficult thing. Maybe let me not do any karma, I will sit idle. No. Nobody can sit idle. You have to do some action. Here you have to understand what is action or karma. Karma doesn't mean carrying vegetables from the market or standing in line for kerosene or waiting for a bus. That is not karma. That automatically goes. Karma is what? Karma by definition is a pre-planned, dedicated activity towards reaching a goal. It could be a Vaidika karma like yajna or yaga or homa or anything, or it could be a Laukika karma or worldly work that you do in the office or in the school or as a manager of an organization. So that is karma. Don't confuse that, I wanted to watch TV, that is karma. No, that is not karma. Don't worry about those things. Those things will go. There are kriyas also, like you're breathing in and breathing out, digesting food, and all those are kriyas. Swasa kriya, jirna kriya. They don't come under the class of karma at all. What we are talking about is the activity in the office, activity in the school, activity in the society, activity as a manager, activity as a householder. You do several activities. Those are the activities. Do not attach any importance to the result. Just use a surgical scalpel and make a cut between the action and the result. Then there is no question of desire mode. Then automatically the action becomes without any expectation. Naturally, the focus is on the present action. That is what Karmanyavadhikaraste tells. Karma Yoga does not attempt the impossible task of stopping a result of an action. You cannot stop the result of an action. Whether you like or not, the result will come. Instead, it acts as a surgical intervention that stops the psychological dependency on the result. You have a right to perform the prescribed duty. Your jurisdiction only is the duty, but you are not entitled to even dream or think of the fruit. Understood? Let's go. Sidhya sidhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. A great saying. योगस्थः कुरु कर्माणि संगं त्यक्त्वा धनञ्जय सिद्ध्यसिद्ध्यो समो भूत्वा samatvam yoga uchyate. What is the essence of this sloka? You see the balance there. There is siddhi, that is the desired fruit has come. There is asiddhi, undesirable fruit has come. You try to give an equal look for that. Don't try to be sort of positive towards this and negative towards that. Anishtam, Ishtam, Mishramsha, Trividha, Karmana, Phalam. There could be three types of fruits. Very acceptable, very unacceptable, and middle path, that is the middle type of fruits. Anishtam, Ishtam, Mishramsha. Whatever occurs, Sithya Sithyo Samo Bhutva, make an even look, a balance, the Siddhi and Asiddhi. Samatvam, this sort of look, samatva, or equality, equity, or equilibrium, yoga uchyate. Yoga is not sitting somewhere away from the world and renouncing all activity like a vagabond, go and roam here and there. That is not yoga. Yoga is be in the thick of life and don't get entangled with the fruits of the action. Now, claim the action and release the outcome. Exercise total agency in effort while relinquishing all claims to the result. Eradicate the urge for inaction. Mas sangostva karmani. Akarma means not doing activity. You will have a urge to become inactive. Don't do that. Ablation, abandon the toxic attachment to the fruit. Sangam chaktva. Sangha is attachment. Chaktva is releasing. So perform duties without psychological entanglement and attachment. It is very toxic to you. All of you would have realized how toxic it is. You expect your son or daughter to look after you very well. You are very attached. Unfortunately, they don't look after you. Then what sort of thing is it? It is a very toxic situation for you because of the attachment. Equalize the dualities. Dualities are the nature of life. Can anyone avoid duality? Can anyone avoid failure? Can anyone get only success all the time? Duality is the way of life. So accept them with equal emotional balance. Redefine the yoga. Yoga is not running away from the physical environment into a recluse environment, not a particular physical posture like Ashtanga yoga or Kriya yoga or yoga master in the morning teaching you yoga. That is not yoga. Yoga is what? Yoga is this. Yoga is what is said now. Yoga here stands for Karma Yoga. Okay. Now, तस्मादसक्तः सततं कार्यं कर्म समाचरन्. Tasmad, therefore, asaktaha, without attachment, karyam, the action, karma samacharan, perfectly you do it. Tyaktva karma phala sangam nityatrupto nirashrayah. Those who has abandoned the preoccupation with the fruit, tyaktva karma phala sangam nityatrupto, very well contained with what, contented with what one has. Nityatrupto. Nityatrupto is yallapase nija karmopattam vittam tena vinodaya chittam bhaja govinda. So whatever is granted to us in life, be completely satisfied with that. Better things are going to come with the hope you live. Okay, worse things are coming, take them with equal equanimity. Nityatrupto nirashrayah karmanyabhipravrittopi. Even when he is deeply engaged in the action, naiva kinchit karoti saha. He is not acting. Though he is actively engaged in action, he is inactive. This is called actively inactive. Constructive destruction. Actively inactive. Karmanyabhipravrittopi naiva kinchit karoti saha. कर्मण्यभिप्रवृत्तोऽपि नैव किञ्चित् करोति सः. अनाश्रितः कर्मफलं कार्यं कर्म करोति यः स सन्न्यासी च योगी च न निरग्निर्न च क्रियः. So here he is very clearly mentioning sannyasi is not a recluse who has gone into Himalayan caves or the Ganges beaches or somewhere. The one who is detached from the fruit, anasritaha karmaphalam. Karmaphala is the fruit of action. Anasritaha, without depending on the fruit of action. Anasritaha karmaphalam. Karyam karma karotiha, who conducts the activity of himself, given activity. Saha sannyasi, he is the sannyasi, he is the yogi. Sannyasi means jnani, yogi means karma yogi, not the one who has given up the firework or the rituals from the home or anything. It is not about abandoning the rituals. It is about detaching from the fruit. That is the Anasrita 6.1. Maintain constant momentum. Perform required duties continuously without pausing or validation. What happens? I always try to validate my action from others. I'll do something. Immediately I'll call, how do you like this? Is this talk very good? He has to validate. Then you feel, if he says it is not good, then you have a lot of displeasure. You don't require external validation. Ishvara's validation is adequate. Ishvara, if he validates, it is the greatest blessing. Human validation, what is the use? Here the word satatam means every time, ever, always, 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 always. Cultivate profound non-attachment. Engage intimately with the world while remaining structurally unattached to its components. Anchor in perpetual satisfaction. Generate an inner state that is ever satisfied. Nityatrupto, requiring zero external input to feel a whole. If you want from something from outside to make you feel happy, finished. That something will not come. Or even if it comes, it will perish. So don't have anything to do with outside input for you to be happy or trupta. Trupta is beyond happiness, contentment. To be contented, you are already full. Only thing is you yourself are thinking you are empty. Whatever you have already by divine grace or your material mastery, you would have gained something. So that gain is already good enough. You don't require any external validation, any external inputs for your trupti. Remove external dependence. Operate as a self-sustaining spiritual entity, entirely independent of environmental variables. Nirashrayaha. Don't have any dependence on external variables. Embody the paradox of action. What is the paradox of action? Vigorously act on the outside, but truly you be quiet inwardly. It is a paradox. Inwardly, you are very quiet. Outwardly, everyone will think you are a very busy person. Okay. Externally, I act very vigorously, but internally, I am quiet. That exactly is the paradox of action. This is exactly these three verses together. This 5-point formula is added. Already we covered 5. Now we have made in the phase 2 another 5. Total 10. Now, the phase 3, elevating action into kartavya. Kartavya is the divine will asked me to do this. This is the kartavya, elevating the action from a physical bondage and doing like a labor or slavery, and do it like a bravery or given by the Lord. Practical application in interact solely on principle. Perform the task entirely because it ought to be done by you, stripping away all personal agenda. Don't attach any agenda. Here, Ramana Maharshi Ji, Bhagavan, Tiruvannamalai, he comes to our rescue. He says, Ishwararpitam Nechaya Kritam Chittasothakam Mukti Sadhakam. This particular duty is assigned by the divinity. You can call him Ishvara or Vishnu or Lakshmi or Ganapati. I care little. There is some cosmic intelligence, cosmic force which is acting on you. Your name and form are not important. The cosmic order I surrender, and this is given by him to me. This is Ishwararpitam. While doing and while enjoying also. Nechaya kritam nishkama. This is already discussed. Is that what will happen? Chitta sodhakam. Mind becomes pure. You are eligible for next graduation. You have finished undergrad. You are going to become postgraduate. You have finished karma yoga. You are going to jnana. Probably you will get liberation too in this very birth. That is the first step. Discard the romanticism of escape. All of us are very adept in escaping. No, it is very difficult for me to do. You ask anybody anything, first answer is he cannot do. After that, only all the other answers come. This is what is called an escapist activity. That should be shunned. Purity of the mode of action. Purify the mode of action. Elevate everyday task into a passionate striving into luminous structured duty or sattva. Don't do it like rajasic activity. Do it with a sattvic attitude that elevates the action. Embody the lotus leaf. You emulate the lotus leaf. You know the lotus leaf, the Padma Patra. On the lotus leaf, try to put water. Will it stick? No water sticks. Why? There is a covering. There is a cuticular covering, the impermeable layer on the top of the lotus leaf, which doesn't allow water to stick there. Like that, you have an impermeable sattvic layer on your mind so that all the worldly distractions, good and bad, raga and dvesha, like and dislike, will not penetrate into the mind and disturb the mind. This is called the Padma Patram Ivambhasa. That is the first sloka here. The anchor there is 510. Brahmanyadhaya karmani sangam tyaktva karoti yah. Brahmanyadhaya karmani. He is giving the karma or action completely into the hands of the divinity. Sangam tyaktva karoti yah. Without attachment, he is conducting the activity. Lipyate na sa papena. He is not tainted by the good and bad of the action. Papa here means punya also. Papa and punya go together. They are a bundle. So, lipyate na sa papena. Padma patram ambhasa. Ambhasa is just like the water on the lotus leaf. He will not be tainted or touched by the good and bad. Lipyate na sa papena. Padma patramivambhasa. Okay. Karyamityeva yat karma niyatam kriyate arjuna yastu karma phalatyagi satyagi ityabhidhiyate. Who is the tyagi? Who is the greatest renouncer? Tyaga is renouncement. Who is the Vairagi? Vairagya, Tyaga, renunciation. These are all meaning renunciation. Who is the renounced person? Yastu karma phalatyagi, who disowns the fruit. He is not bothered about the fruit. He is not concentrating on the fruit. Fruit is Ishvara's hand. Whatever the Ishvara desires, he will give. Do you think Ishvara is partial? If Ishvara were to be partial, Ishvara means your God, whatever God you are thinking. I'm not saying this, the gentleman in Kailasha with snakes and all. Ishvara here is the divinity, the divine power. Ishvara is a partial or impartial? Can he be partial? If he is partial, he is not divinity, he is not divine. Anybody who is partial cannot be God, cannot be divine. So he is an impartial person. So such an impartial person, how does he give a merit to one person and demerit to another person? That means your actions only he will translate and then give the fruit to you. He is karma phala pradata. He is the one who is distributing the karma phala to you according to what you have already done either now or earlier. In earlier janmas also, if you believe in another janma. If I have studied well during my 10th class or schooling days, I could get into medicine and become a doctor. If I was not doing that and I wasting my time, I would have been playing marbles and wasting my time. You see, Ishvara cannot decide the fruit. You only ultimately decide the fruit. Your actions only Ishvara is giving. Like a bank manager. The bank manager, can he allow anything not in your locker to take? He will only allow your locker to access. But he cannot allow others' locker to access. Whatever you have put in the locker, that only you will take it. But can you take it on your own? No. The bank manager is required to open his key, then your key also you will put. This divine locker, there is no wife and husband sharing here, there is no son and father joint locker. Everybody's locker is same. You get whatever is there in your locker only, you will get it. Through whom? Ishvara. Ishvara karma. Here I am telling you, Ishvara is whatever God you think. It's almighty divinity, that's all. Embody the lotus leaf principle. Lipyate na sa papena padmapatramivamphasa. He is not wet or unwet completely by the karmic residue. Punya papa are the karmic residue. If you have a pan, after finishing the 10 doshas, there will be residue, all black stuff. That is karmic residue. All the karmas produce such residue there. That residue you have to avoid. Then it will be shiny. If the residue is there on the mirror or on the pan, will it ever shine? So internalize this sannyasa. Sannyasa is the not external relinquishment of one comfort or griha or bharya or bharta. It is not, running away from the world. You have to be in the thick of life and internally you renounce. Recognize the true monasticism. This is the monasticism, is a cognitive architecture, not a physical retreat into a forest. So 15 are over. Another 5 are there. What are those 5? Let us see. The sequential mechanism which will preview to the absolute peace. What is that absolute peace? Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat. Abhyasa is repetitively doing a task. You are given a mundane task, some programming, some repetitive job, filling some form, or interviewing persons, or being in the reception and sending them inside to the doctor. Whatever it is, the repetitive task is abhyasa. From then, you move to a state of jnana. That means knowledge. You do the activity with what for this is being done, what is the theory and practice behind it, you understand. With jnana, you do. That one, while you are doing that, you cultivate an attitude of single-pointedness or meditation or dhyana. And that single-pointedness, when you have cultivated, detach yourself with the karma phala tyaga. So renunciation of the fruit. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat. It is better, jnana is better than the abhyasa. Jnana dhyanam visishyate. Dhyana is better than the next level than the jnana. Dhyanat karma phalatyagam. Next level from the after the jhana is renouncing the fruit. Then with all these things, what am I getting? Tyagat shantiranantaram. Shanti, peace, internal infinite peace. Tell me what is peace? Think over. Define peace. Think over. Define nishabda. What is silence? Silence is absence of sound. Shanti is absence of ashanti. Absence of ashanti. Ashanti is all worldly entanglements are ashanti. If I am devoid of the worldly attachments and entanglements and the fluctuations and the wavy nature, the Shanti prevails. The other name for Bhagavan is Shanti. Shanti is Shiva. Shiva is Bhagavan. Shiva is divinity. Shanti and Shiva are one and the same. If you say Shanti, it is Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. 3 times you invoking the Bhagavan there. That's all. Shanti is internal, infinite peace. Let there be external turmoil and war. In the internally, you are totally free. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat ज्ञानाध्यानं विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्म फलत्यागं त्यागात् from tyaga shantiranantaram. That is the ultimate. Now 5 more points are left. In between we bought these 5 steps because we have to go and go into the next level after understanding the 5 levels of jumping from the abhyasa to the peace. Once you attain the stable mind or peace, then you have to think about the 5 last set of commandments. We can say 20 commandments. The pinnacle of divine surrender, Ishvara Arpana Buddhi. Mai sarvani karmani sanyasyachatma chetasa nirashir nirmamo bhutva yudhyasya vigatajvara. What a beautiful saying. Yudhyasva. Take the action into the war. You take the war into reality. You fight. That doesn't mean you should fight with Pakistan or some other country. Fight here is the worldly fight. Worldly work itself is a war. These wars have to be fought. But Vigatajvaraha, without the feverish anxiety and depression associated with that fight, you do it. With Vigatajvaraha. How? Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya. Relinquish sarvani karmani. All the activity that you are doing, mai. The first person, I, me, mine in the Gita always means only one. It is not Vishnu, it is not Shiva, it is not Ganesha, it is not Kumaraswamy, it is not Krishna either. It means it is the divine divinity or almighty or the cosmic will. Surrender to the cosmic will. Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma chetasa. You renounce your mind fixed in the Adhyatma. Adhyatma is the divinity inside. That is the eternal divinity. Nirashihi. Don't expect anything. 2 problems are there. Expectation and comparison. These are the root cause of all misery. I expect and I always compare. My son studied so well. He did not get a seat. Her son is very poor in maths, but he got a seat in IIT. Compare. Expectation. If you come to my house, what you will bring? If I come to your house, what you will give? This is the way we think always. Expectation and comparison. I always expect that some validity, some recognition, external validation, external appreciation, something. They are money or power or satkara or some sort of recognition I expect. This is expectation and comparison are the 2 evils which are marring our prosperity. So, mai sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma chetasa. Next sentence, next sort of anchor is Yetu sarvani karmani mai sanyasya matparaha. This also tells the same thing. Spiritualize the intellect. Reorient the mind's default state of perceiving the divine orchestrating all the forces. Adhyatma chetasa. Perceive the divine aerobiums and erase minus everywhere. Whenever I talk, I have told, I did it, it is my creation, my mind, my word. A day will not pass without uttering the word my. From morning to evening, 101 times you would uttered my mind. Just dissociate. Instead of saying, I have done it, you say work is done. Instead of saying, I presented this presentation, a presentation is made. How nice it is to have that. Erase the minus. Cure the mental fever. Yudhyasva vigata jvara. Fever is jvara. So, a transformed duty into worship. So, every work is a worship. Not a ritual worship with waving lamps. Work itself is worship. Unify karma and bhakti. Karma cannot be standing on its own. It is not a standalone. Action cannot happen without the support of bhakti, devotion or dedication. Without devotion or dedication, it becomes a futile karma, a futile action. With dedication and devotion only, it can stand and progress further. All four phases are over. Then what is my problem? I am doing several activities. I am doing eating. I am talking. I am giving. I am sacrificing. I am doing all the things. Whatever you do it as a surrender to the divinity. Yat karoshi yadasnasi yajjuhoshi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. As though you have surrendered and submitted to me. Unpacking 927 by redefining, redirecting the terminal point of everyday ordinary action like eating, giving, doing a work, charity, thinking, all that, the 24-hour biological and professional cycle, the clock, becomes an uninterrupted fire or sacrifice. To whom? The sacrifice to the divine. There is no secular versus sacred. Everything is arpana, madarpanam. Okay. Now, 18th chapter 46 also, Svabhava niyatam karma kurvannaapnoti kilbisham yatah pravrittirbhutanam yena sarvamidam tatam swakarmanam tam apyarcha siddhim vindati manava. What does it mean? Don't worry about the Sanskrit part. I don't know Sanskrit. Not about. I'm telling you in English. Where is the Sanskrit here? Sanskrit is only a medium for you to understand that verse there. Yatah pravrittir bhutanam. Whatever activity you are taking, swakarmana tam abhyarcha. All that, whatever is your karma, a butcherer should be doing butchery to the excellent way. A sweeper should be sweeping the floor of the theater in an exemplary way. Otherwise, patient will die. Not only doctors operating, the sweeper's role also is very important. Whatever is your role that is given for your, material know-how or possessions you have for your knowledge, that work you are given and that you do. Samabhyarcha siddhim vendati manava. You attain to the spiritual perfection or siddhi, the intersection of inherent nature and supreme worship. Now, we have completed all that. What is the first one? Samatvam. We know equanimity, equality, claim effort, claim the don't claim any fruit, release the outcome, reject the inaction, abandon toxic attachment, equalize duality, internalize equanimity, ashakti, maintain momentum, remain untouched, cultivate inner satisfaction, remove dependency, external dependency, act outwardly, still inwardly, second level. Third level, this is the kartavya, divine injunction on me, act on a principle, discard the escapism, purify by sattva, embody the lotus leaf or emulate the lotus leaf, internalize the renunciation. It is not external renunciation. Finally, spiritualize the intellect, erase the minus in whatever you do, cure ambition forever. That means, remove the expectation and comparison. Worship through work. Work is worship. Unify the bhakti. The master blueprint of Karma Yoga is transmitted by parampara. From our gurus, from our teachers, from our saints, it has come to us. This framework allows any modern professional to walk the exact evolutionary path mandated by the scripture non-par. That is the Gita. Then the final quote, Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyajivam namaskuru mame vaishyasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me. 1865 and 1866 are the summary of Gita. This verse, 18th chapter, 65th verse, is identified as the verse by Shankaracharya. The logical conclusion of the 20-point framework is the utter disappearance of the independent operator as you. When the mind is entirely fixed on the Supreme, the individual practitioner vanishes. Only the divine instrument remains. This is the dissolution of the doer. There are 4 levels here. Mad Bhakto, be reverential. Mam Namaskuru, be very reverential to your action. Madhyaji, do it with devotion and dedication. Madbhakto, cultivate the attitude of divinity, surrender and devotion in the action. And become the action itself. Tadatmya, become one with that. That is the Manmana Bhava. 4 levels. Mam Namaskuru, Madhyaji, Madbhakta, Manmana. Manmana Bhava is the highest thing. Absorption into the activity. For that you require total devotional approach, dedicated approach. Madbhakta, not waving lamps, not putting flowers. The ritual. I'm not talking about it. The bhakti is the dedication there. Madhyaji, not yajna of, what is prescribed in the Vedas. Your work is the yajna. And revere the work. You have obeisance, reverence to the work they do. Then what will happen? Mameva yeshyasi. You become identical with the God. Who is telling the divine promise? It is Satyam te pratijane priyosi me. Many times you go to the God's photo and you take promises. Sir, I will do like this. Please give me that. Please give me this. Okay, here God is giving you promise. I am giving you promise, my dear. Why? You are all dear. Who is dear? Whoever is doing this is dear. You are dear to me, he said. That you yourself is that you obtained by the. So then everyday prayer, Nitya Puja and Swadhyayana, study about yourself, internalizing the study of the internal Atma, the soul. Atma Jnana, Nitya Puja are essential. Then I always use God as a tool. I want comfort, I want success, I want health, I want dress, I want status, I want fame, I want legacy, I want prosperity, I want pleasure. For all that, I want to go use God as an instrument. I go and pray Him. You give me this, I will give you 20,000 rupees in the hundi. You are using Him as a tool. Instead of the sadhana, God you are using as a tool. The illusion of sadhana bhakti, and shift to a paradigm shift to the sadhya bhakti. Because when you focus on the ultimate or the goal or the divinity, once you transform into that, all your daily things are connected inward to that. God is no more a tool. God is the siddha. From sadhya bhakti to the siddha bhakti. From siddha sadhana bhakti to sadhya bhakti. From sadhya bhakti to siddha sthiti. That is the moksha. This is the paradigm shift. So I told you the 4 layers. Layer 1, Mam Namaskuru, reverence and humility. Humility is the core of any behavior. Whoever is having humility, that is the person who is really knowledgeable. Second one is Madhyaji Bhava, dedicated and service. Madbhakto Bhava, devotion and love. And finally, absorb totally in me, Manmana Bhava. Ultimate absorption is rare, but building the base is accessible to everyone. You may not get to that pinnacle of light or Manmana Bhava, but you can cultivate tier 1 and then ascend to tier 2, then of course to tier 3, and finally onto the top of the pyramid. This is a pyramidal ascension. So these are the few points I wanted to share, and there are few more slides. I would like to skip them. Anyway, I'll circulate this one. One last word. Always a person is singing, let us say Balamurali Krishna or any person is singing, there is an instrument, the Shruti instrument is there. Will he ever deviate his performance from the Shruti? He will always concentrate on the underlying Shruti. He anchors his subconscious mind on the Shruti, on the tambura drone, while performing his various musical notations in the kacheri. Likewise, in the external world, you do several things, and all those things, don't forget the underlying tambura shruti or the drone on which you have to concentrate. That is your inner divinity. This inner divinity only is making you all these things. So, a musical metaphor like a master vocalist improvising highly complex notes while their subconscious mind remains perfectly anchored to the unbroken background drone of the tambura. The material metaphor, like a mother fully engaged in aquatic work of daily core, there is a young infant crawling there. She always keeps one eye on the infant, though she is absorbed in the chorus. That one eye on the infant is one eye on the God here. You can use any examples. Worldly duties and fluctuating daily tasks. And see, sakama karma, material gain, and niskama karma, utility and duty, and then mumukshu, seeking liberation, and the final one is the jnani, that is the pure love you have here. And what is that is the motivation. Then the action is the transactional. Everything is dependent on expectation and comparison. And here he becomes selfless. Then he is finally anchored and devoted. And it becomes effortless flow for the jnani. And I always use God as a tool. In the Sakama, God as the master, God as the ultimate target, indistinguishable from God. If one becomes one with the God, use this matrix to locate where you currently are and try to go from this bottom to the top. Choice is yours. If you want to remain here, nobody forces. If you want to ascend, you try and ascend. Better now than never. Okay. Now, Satyam te pratijane priyosi me. This is a divine promise by the God. So I promise you this truthfully, my dear, because you are very, very dear to me. Who promises? God is promising you here. You are not promising. Unlike the chaotic material world that offers zero guarantee for our effort, this verse contains a cosmic assurance. It is an eternal assurance. It is not a business advertisement or a conditional transaction. It is an absolute guarantee of profound inner transformation for those who trust this process which is listed here, the ultimate guarantee. Now, there is one word I wanted to say and close it. Yo apsu navam pratishtitam veda pratyeva tishtati. This is a Veda mantra from Yajurveda. Yo apsu navam pratishtitam veda pratyeva tishtati. You have to cross Ganges river. You have gone to Ayodhya or you gone to Kashi. You wanted to cross the Ganges river. Ayodhya, you have Sarayu river. You require a boat. Okay, you sat in the boat. You can go that side. If you allow the water to come into the boat, what will happen? The boat will sink. Yo, yaha, that person, apsu in the water, navam pratishtitam, just like a boat kept in the water and going nicely in the water and transgressing the water and reaching the other shore without allowing the water to come inside, he is in a special position. The destination is your liberation. The boat is your body. You are given a beautiful equipment, the body and mind complex. That is the boat here. And the river is the samsara, the worldly river. And I have to go through the worldly river. For this, the boat is essential. This boat is the only one which can take me into the other shore. And this boat, if I contaminate with water, allow the water to come inside, all the bondage and attachment and all the filth and residue of the samsara I want to allow inside my boat, my mind, my boat will sink. I will never be able to reach the other shore. So boat must be in the water, but the water must never be in the boat. This is Yo apsunamam pratishtitam veda pratyeva tishtati. Om Tat Sat. So the ultimate application of Vedic truth is not in recitation of any poetry or memorizing and just like that reciting, oh, this man is telling all 701 slokas without stop. That is not important. But in the flawless execution in the theater of daily life. That is very important. Let us close here with one final prayer to the Almighty. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.